In this urban sketching tutorial, I'll show you how to sketch this building and landscape using my very simple line and wash sketching technique. So thanks to my Patreon members who helped me decide this reference for this week's tutorial. It's got a really interesting composition and I'll show you how to construct it from very basic shapes and how to simplify some of those very fine details like the grass and the rocks. Okay, let's start this sketch by breaking up the landscape to the sky. And when I compare it on the reference, I can see the landscape is about the same height as the sky. So that means we can divide the page into two. Just on the side somewhere halfway. And then on this side, let's put another dot there. My two dots for halfway, then right in the middle between the two dots, put a little mini dot. That'll help us position the building. A little bit to the left of that dot there, let's put a dot for the side of the building there. So there's our position for our building. And let's just draw a really loose line. There's a plant there. Now we can come up a little bit and across, and that's the top of the trees there. And then a really little wobbly line showing top of the trees on this side. So first line, now we've divided the sketch into two. Let's start dividing this now between water and landscape. If you go down just a little bit there, just by, see that point there? Let's put a dot, and then between there and the bottom of the page, halfway, put another dot. There's a building here, so just a little rectangle, and then go straight horizontally across for the land. So from the corner of that building, going around these, and then it gets smoother out to the end. And almost halfway of the house, so about there. Very impressionistic lines here. We're not following it exactly. There's two little bumps, and then a big rock there. Comes back, and we can just, there's a bit of water there, so I'm going around that shape. So I've got to show some of the grass there. So I'm just pausing and changing my pen grip direction. And that is the water, the land and the sky. Now we can start doing the building. So start with this first rectangle, and between those, the width, if you go to halfway, it's about there, and a little bit to the left. Now around that rectangle, extra line there. So let's just measure that length there, and then aiming back up to this point here, and then down this other side, and then down following that same angle further, down about a third of that height. Now we come across, let's draw a little bit of this line here to show the angle, a little bit on this side and a little bit on that side there. So it goes down and a bit lower than this point, just slightly lower. Connect that one up to here, and we can draw that little room on the end. So there's a window on the side here. So from this edge here, we want to follow this line here. So draw down this way a little bit. So just draw a little section of that. So there's the line, the same length there. And then flat across the top. Down. It's parallel to that edge up there. And then parallel to this edge. Angle back. And angle back. Down there. A little bit of a pointy roof there. So I'll go back down into here. We'll divide the rocks with the vegetation, with the plants. So I can see a line there. I'm just loosely going around, right like that. Going around some of the rocks. Down the rock goes like this. So then I'll go in to show this one rock there, and then around. And then in terms of the grass, we just want to hint. Make this look a bit longer than this one, because this is further away, this short grass. Little ones over here, flowers, little yellow flowers there. And the buildings, I'm going to add some detail to this one, and then the veranda window, try and get it right in the middle. The timber going down, just taking my time here, perfectly vertical down but with a little wobble. That's part of simplifying, making these a bit wider. So I might have to go slower here, following the angles of the building. Beautiful, and then the side here, quite close together, and we'll follow this flatter edge here for the other side. So with the watercolor here, we're going to be using some very interesting techniques to get this scene. So the first color we'll use is ultramarine, and then as we go down, we can add cerulean blue. So I'm going to start like this and just go straight across like that. now start washing out your brush and just wetting that edge there. Now cerulean blue, the lighter blue. Clean my brush and just use water. So with this water, we're going to actually do a reflection of the sky, just to simplify it. So I'll start now with the cerulean blue, and then we're coming down, but now we'll use the ultramarine at the bottom. Now let's do the grass, and we can start off with a color called lemon yellow. And now starting where those yellow flowers are, lemon yellow there, now we add sap green. So let's add that sap green in. We can add just a little bit of viridian green, because as it's getting towards us, you can see it's a bit cooler at the front. So I'm adding Payne's grey. Now I want to do the rocks in the building, but because it's all wet around it, I might use my hairdryer now to dry that. And I'll start with Payne's grey. It has the consistency of weak tea. Now I'm just going to go over the whole building. So I'm going to use burnt sienna and put that right into that really weak mix there. We can start with the house there, leaving the gaps. It's nice for the sketch. And as you're going across, you can add just a pinch of Payne's grey in there. See, it changes the colour a bit. Now we're coming down to the bottom, and I'll put even more Payne's grey. So now we've simplified this scene, and the rocks aren't too complicated. Okay, we've done the basic colours. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to start up the top with this house and add a bit more burnt sienna to my Payne's grey mix. Different sections like the roof, and then the side, the fronts looked slightly different. Tricky to get into those. You can use a smaller brush if you like. So burnt sienna, just adding a stripe along here. So just a few dots there for texture. But make them all different sizes. Okay, now let's do some of these kind of textured marks into the plants and the grass. And we're putting some of these over the top. And even in these grass down there and here, so that might do well at the bottom. I just look, there's some shadowy bits there. I don't think we need to do too much here. But that keeps a consistent approach across all of that landscape in the front. So it's really important before you do shadows that you've got your sketch completely dry. So this week we're going to use ultramarine as our main shadow with a little bit of permanent rose in it. Let's put a shadow, actually it goes over a bit onto the building. The left sides are all going to be in shadow. There's one, I'll just take out some of that intensity. And then there's a huge shadow right across this area. Once again, I don't want it to overpower. And then on this section here. Now I've finished the watercolor. We're going to add some simple highlights using my Uniball Signo pen. I don't have a nice white highlight there, so I'm going to add one there. Across there. Even this corner here, this little piece is jutting out that catch the light. There's some texture on the top of the rock. And some more grass down there. So that's how I sketch this landscape scene with a building using my line and wash sketching technique. Hope you enjoyed the process. If you want the full tutorial with all the steps, which is much easier to follow, you can find that over on my Patreon membership. I post the full tutorial with a high-res reference. And at the end, you can also take a photo of your sketch and put it onto the community chat. There's a whole lot of wonderfully warm people there. They're really nice. And you can show me a sketch and ask me any question if you like there. Otherwise, there's another tutorial right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.